Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to kick off a Project Life page or pages. So I have, like I said, a lot of memorabilia lying around, so I had set aside, this was a long time ago when I put this together, and it was just stuck in like a sheet protector to be scrapped later. But this will be about my college days, and I have photos and stuff. And what's interesting is when I was in college, like, you're broke and stuff. And like, I didn't take photos because it didn't like occur to me, to take photos. And plus, like, you're super broke and that's like the last thing you're thinking of. But I went back a couple years to my alma mater and I had taken these photos, and it was so great because I think it was on a weekend and the campus was empty. So I had taken these photos and I had put this collage together like seriously a million years ago. I found it, and like I'm sure I'll find things here and there to add to the college days Project Life pages. And then here's me like 13 years ago when I graduated. Um, and I also have like some other things. And so I'm going to show you what I'm going to use, and I'm going to try to keep it simple. So I have a folder of like my alma mater, and I'll maybe show that to you later. But I just decided that I'm going to use a couple of the new dies that I got, and then um, I'm not going to use Project Life specific paper. I'm actually going to use some old Teresa Collins paper that um, is from 2008 because it kind of matches my school colors. And so it came with this die cut sheet with the folders, which is perfect, and it's going to match really great. And again, this stuff is from 2008, and I've used some of it already. But it's the documented collection. And then there's some clocks here in the school colors, which is great. And then also, back then in 2008, Teresa Collins did make a sheet that you could cut up, and it was made for, I forget what that machine is called. It's made by Zutter, I think. Dream Cuts. But this is perfect for Project Life because I think these are, the dimensions. And there's another sheet too, which is perfect. And so I will put these in for the journaling and stuff, but you know me, I'm crazy about having people read my journaling, so I'll probably leave it blank and fill it in later. And I'll probably, like I said, find memorabilia here and there. So I'm just going to create placeholders to be filled in later when I find this stuff, when I, go through my room and stuff like that. So here are the papers. This side is letters, which you can cut out, which I love these mailbox letters. And this one is, it's just the perfect color scheme because it matches, the school colors. These are rulers. And again, this is super old. It's 2008 documented Teresa Collins. I also have, I'm also going to use this, what is this? I forget what this pattern is called, Houndstooth, and it's from the Heidi Swap, and this is also from 2008. I'm not going to use the pink side, but I will use this side too, just to add some funness to it. And then that's all that I'm planning to use. Like I said, I'm going to keep it super simple because Project Life is about simplicity, and it's like I can use wood veneers on like a different type layout or whatever. So, or I can use washi tape on, something different. But for this, these are the things that I'm choosing. I'm going to keep it simple. I think this is going to be super fun to do. I might do some crazy things and cover up some pictures and stuff. But I just wanted to show you like the raw materials I was going to use. And that's that. I'm going to work on it, and then I'll show you what I have so far in the next segment. Cool. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back with my finished results, and this is so super hard to film because of the glare. But in the previous segment, you saw the raw materials I was going to use. And again, I didn't have much to work with because I didn't take a lot of photos. Shame on me. During college, which is like 13 years ago, which is so super crazy. I graduated in 2000. But here's the first um, layout, and it's not standing up. Um, so basically, I had a folder that said the name of my school, and I just cut it up, and I really had no problem cutting it up. I used to have a problem cutting up memorabilia before, but now I don't because I don't have a lot of storage, and um, it's just, I guess, less important to me now, like, to hold on to those things. So I just totally cut it up and I had no problem. And I tried to make it fit in the three, and I cut it up and I think it looks totally artistic and stuff. But it wasn't big enough to span the whole entire, so I backed these two sides on the black cardstock and it blended in good. You can vaguely see this good times that I did with thickers. And again, I didn't want to take away from these photos because I don't have that many photos, and I was experimenting with pattern paper, and I just wanted the photos and stuff to stand out. So I like doing that tone on tone look with the thickers, but you can still see the title and it still adds texture. And then so I had these photos here originally in a collage format, and so part of the challenge with Project Life is trying to find the right divider sheet to fit, the raw materials that you have. And so I don't use Project Life as like a weekly thing. I use it more, the divided protectors, to kind of house all of the memorabilia and stuff that I've been saving through the years. So I did cut up that collage sheet into 6, and it was perfect because this particular divider had 6 slots and I had 6 photos, so that worked out well. I had to organize my protectors better because I kept flipping through them to see which, I guess, dimensions and stuff I had. But again, I just, wanted to use the black cardstock so the photos stood out. So all I did here to add some embellishment was I added this My Life chipboard. And I think it's just enough for this because I just really wanted these photos to stand out because they're the only ones that I have of my school. So that's that. And I really like this tone on tone look because these stickers are fabulous. They're the epoxy ones, and that's my favorite. Sorry. That's my favorite font, and they're nice and big, and it just adds a lot. So my next one was a lot of fun to do, and it's this one. And I do have my ID card, and it had all this crazy information on it, so I used some red cardstock to block out some of my personal information. But it's interesting because this, when you get your ID card, that's what I looked like when I started college, I guess. And then this is what I ended up looking like. And you can see how short my hair was. And I'm so glad I had the ID card to work with because I didn't take photos. And I totally forgot that I looked like that. And then at the end of the year, you can see my hair super long because I never had money either to cut my hair. So by the end of college, it was like super long. But like, even though it's like the poorest times of my life, it was like the funnest times. So so yeah, I mean, college was so great. So basically I used the Teresa Collins sheets that I showed you in the beginning. And part of the challenge was making the orientations fit. So this one, I tried to put a little bit of embellishing in each section. And what I really love is, on my haul video, I had bought this 3-word set of Greeting Farm dies, and it had the word smile, hello, and it had enjoy. And I used all 3 of them because I really love how it turned out. So this first divided sheet says things I want to do. It already had the clock, but I had the chipboard clock that I put on top of it. And then this one says a day in the life. And I had used a set of my new dies from MFT, and it cuts out this like teardrop shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this was part of the folder, and this is Aztec Shops, and that's where we would buy our books. So I totally forgot about the name of the store, so I just die cut out that barcode and I put it on there. So I was trying to maximize all of my memorabilia. And then here's my photo, which was really black, and that's the only photo I have of my graduation. Um, but I have a few more, which are another layout that I had done. That was a long time ago. And then it says smile, and I did it in white, and it really stands out on the black background. And then here's a journaling sheet, and it says hello. And I wasn't going to use that, but I really liked the font and everything, and then I had put it on top of this, and I thought it looked really good. And then here is me, and then I blocked out some of my information. But that's just my ID card, and then you can see the word enjoy. And again, that's like that tone on tone look, which adds a lot of, so let me show you. So if you can see the word enjoy, and that's one of the die cuts from the Greeting Farm die cuts. And I don't mind that it's like white on white, because again, like up close in person, it adds texture and you can still read it. And again, this memorabilia I had put together like a couple years ago, and it's just been sitting in a sheet protector, and now I'm glad that I've actually laid it out into like a real layout. And this is the seal, and then I had just cut it out and put it on top of this. I put on pop dots. And then here, there was a star there already, but I had a chipboard star, so I just put it there. And then it says life, and then I added black bling here, and then I also added black bling here just to add some interest. So that's my little Project Life layouts, like where I, organize my my memorabilia into the little sheets, and I will be journaling later, and I'm hoping that as I go through like all my stuff that I'll be able to find more memorabilia to put in. So that's my video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.